Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. Today I'm making a dish that everybody knows how to do. We're having leftovers, so I'm going to make garlic bread. Now, Nonu, which is Italian for grandfather, used to make it with olive oil, and he would take garlic and he would rub it on the bread. Literally, they toasted buttered bread, oiled bread, and then they would rub the garlic on it, and that's how he had garlic bread. Now, my mother, she would heat the oil up, brush it on the bread, French bread, and then she would get garlic powder and sprinkle on it and that's how she made her garlic bread. Now, a lot of people make it different ways. The way I make it is I take my modified butter. Now that's butter that I have made. I take butter and I take my all blend oil that I make and I put it equal amounts, and then I sit there and blend it together, and then I pour it into a container here, and this is mine. Now I'm going to take this, so I would not have to put olive oil and butter together, but you can do that. Take some olive oil and butter and put it together and do it that way. I'm just using my modified because I've got all the other oils in it. And then I'm going to be using garlic powder, not yet, and this, and fresh garlic. So let me get my garlic press as well. So this is how I do it, but everybody does it a different way. There is really no right way or wrong way. I'm not going to allow somebody to say, no, that's wrong, because the way Nonu did it was different. Like when he had a salad, he didn't put the garlic into the dressing or the vinaigrette. You know what he did? He would take the bowl, and this is what he showed my mother, is take the garlic, you peel it, and then you rub it into the bowl, and then you put the salad there, and you just get a slight hint of garlic in the salad. So you can see that each generation does it a little different than the generation before. This is why I just was so happy to get my James Beard cookbook, because I can go back. He gives me the history, which I loved, gave me the history on foods of American cookery. And a lot of people don't know we have it, and we're developing and building on what he started, because everybody went to France and Italy to learn how to cook. I mean, Julia Child, she broke the record because men were known as chefs at that time. So it was a big thing when she went in there. She went into what you basically call a man's world of being a chef, because women cooked, yes, but the chefs were the men. I think James Beard is the one who taught me how to slam the dough. I think it was one of his bread recipes. I'd have to find it. You take the bread, he said, because you women aren't strong enough, throw it on the counter so many times. That's when I woke my husband up, and he was madder than a wet hen with me. What are you doing? If you're angry, let me know. I said, no, it's the recipe. I had to show him. See, it's right here in the recipe. I use a lot of garlic on my garlic bread. I don't want to look for hope. I want the hope. As they say, that's how I want it. So I'm going to be putting some, I'll show you how much garlic. Right now I'm just taking them out of there, peeling every last one of them. And I put in, about a fourth of a cup of my modified butter that I made. I showed you how to make it. I think it's one of the earlier videos. I am not sure about that. Oh, I have to tell you now, they said monetization is up. You have to subscribe and join to get these recipes. I've given you over almost 1,700 recipes. If you wish more recipes, you'll have to join, so you'll have to subscribe and join. I just got it. I didn't know. He might have had it there for, but it just came through my phone, and I finally heard from them. Now, why would I be charging you for this? Well, I want to do some work on my home, actually, is why I'm doing it. And things are tight. Being retired, and I am retired, You can't always make ends meet. And I don't mind sharing all of this that I have. Now I am going to, of course, you ought to see all the leftovers I've got. I've got bulgur left over, I've got rice left over, I got meals left over. I got so much leftovers, I said, that's it. We're going to be eating leftovers. That's why this will probably be the only thing that you see today from me. Now I'm going into start cleaning out that pantry some so I know what I bloody have so I can sit there and go shopping. I'm still putting my shopping list together. I'll show you it. I'm the one who walks around with a dinky little pad. You see, I got everything up on that. And I'm not even done yet. I just start writing down everything I need. So, James Beard, I've been looking for sloppy joes because I remember a sloppy joe my mother had made. And I can't remember how she made it, but I remember having it. And my son said, a sloppy joe, what's a sloppy joe? Well, I went to James Beard's cookbook, there it was, sloppy joe. He said it's not a gourmet dish, but he says it is so popular with people. You know, with the American people, it's just one of our dishes that we like, though. There's nothing spectacular about it. Now, I'm going to press this garlic into my butter. And when you scrape the bottom up, make sure you use the back of your knife so you don't sit there and ruin your blade. Well, I should say dull your knife, but it is the blade that's doing the cutting. So they have a thing with quizzes. I'm trying to figure out how to get that going so we can play games as well. I mean, I am one that likes to do things like that as well. To enjoy life. Like I told my sons, I don't care how old an animal gets, they will play. And I said, we make life too hard. We don't seem to enjoy it. So when you even get old, play and enjoy yourself. Good God. Don't sit there and just sit around doing nothing and just saying, oh, my life is over with. It's not over until you're called home, you know? I think the saddest thing is when I've been to nursing homes and I've seen the elderly ignored. My mother did it to my grandfather too, so I'm very well aware of it. There was a time when they used to be very much, even when they got old, became an intricate part of the family. The children were never truly left alone. Had the grandparents and stuff around them. When you talk to people today, they'll talk about how much they love their grandparents. Okay? Now, I might need more butter. We'll have to wait and see on that. I'm moving you over here. I was also downloading a lot of film, of videos I had done. Now, you don't want to burn this. All what you want to do is melt this to where the garlic smell comes through. So you put it on a low flame. Try to get your bread cut. I had to cut the top off of it because I couldn't get it to fit. Now I'm going to do something I normally don't do. I'm going to turn the broiler on and toast this underside so it's more crunchy. Leave your door open, hit broil, and start it. Always leave that oven open because there's no stop clock on that. So we're just waiting for the butter and for the bottom of that to toast so it'll be easier to cut. what am I going to serve alongside this? I am going to be serving a salad. I'm also getting rid of my salad greens and stuff because I have to go shop. And my sons came in and pointed to the dessert, the marmalade, the orange. No, was it? Yeah, the orange lemon marmalade coffee cake. They pointed, this is delicious. So they were telling me how much they enjoyed it, which I was glad to hear. Ugh. Trying to get you up so you can see better. You'll smell the garlic because we already pressed it. I just have to watch that bread so it doesn't burn. Because see, I have a hard side on the bottom here, but I want, because I cut the top off, I want to be able to make that hard there too. Oh, I'm gonna need some more butter. So each generation does things a little different. But when Nanu told me how he did the salad, he flavored the bowl, but they didn't flavor the vinaigrette. I was confused by that. And when he did the garlic bread and I saw him do it, and I smelled it and told him it was butter, he said, you take the garlic and you rub onto it, and that's how we do it. So everybody did it different, different generation. As soon as I turn my back, it'll burn. I know it. You can smell the garlic with the butter with this. It's really, really nice. Yeah, I knew you would. Okay. See, it's hard enough now. I'll be able to flip it. We can do this. As you can see, mine's very garlicky. It's just another way, this is how I do it. Make the bread, and then I do this. Don't worry, I will put that to use as well. I don't let things get away from me. That's it. That's how I do my garlic bread. See, some people do it with butter, some people do it with butter and oil, and some people sit there and just do it with oil. Just according to their time frame of when they were born and when they did it. And Nanu was born in the 1890s, I think. Let's see, I don't remember when he was born. Oh my God. Let's see. He died. I know he was a young man in World War II in Italy, and the government told them that they wanted him to take up arms and fight another country. And Nanu is very, very, very point blank. He said, "You give me a gun, I'm going to shoot my neighbor. He's the one giving me the problem, not another country." This is how Nanu thought. Give me the gun and I'll shoot the problem that I'm having, but the other country's not bothering me, so I'm not going to bother. And they were drafting men and taken up, and so he and his wife up and left and came to America. And they came through Ellis Island. That's why my son got me the Ellis Island cookbook. He said, "Mommy, look, it's here." I said, "Yeah, Nanu came through here." So he was excited because his history's there too. Because for him, America starts at Ellis Island. Other than that, it goes straight over to Italy, but right there, it goes right there. Now, my husband, who's born in Barbados, his family, his father brought him and his wife and all to this country, but they came by plane. They didn't have to go through Ellis Island. So now, so you can see how times have changed. And today, I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to get upset if I say it. So I'll just sit there and say, we'll just end on that point. So we're just going to let the bread toast, and that's it. And what I'll do with this extra that I took off, heaven knows, I'll probably use it as stuffing. But I have to tell you, the new meals that we had this week that I gave you the preview on, were delicious. And I'm reading those other recipes, and I said, oh, we have got to try these. These are just too good. I mean, you want to see my library? Now they toasted. I'm going to show you. There they are. Well, one's got a light shining on it. You can't see it that row. But that's how fast it toasted up. When it cools some, I will slice it and then put it in a basket or a bowl. It'll be right there for us to eat. But that's how I make garlic bread. I'm sure you make it much different than I do. But anyway, we all have our unique ways, which makes us Americans. Take care and enjoy the lovely weather that we're having. Bye-bye.